Welcome everyone to the Road to Grand Champion series, the long-awaited series I might add, where we'll be helping you guys get out of the rank you're currently stuck at, but don't worry, you won't be doing this alone because we have a guest. This is why I spent all this.
And just like you guys, he also wants to rank up. So
we're going to be taking him and you guys out of the ranks you're currently stuck at up to Grand Champion 1. And with that being said, this is why I spent all this journey to Grand Champion. Alright y'all, and welcome back to the Road to Grand Champion series. This is episode number 22. Now in the last episode we did have some very interesting games. I was surprised to see that the platforms were playing as quick and as consistent as they were. So in this episode we're going to be primarily just testing the waters a little bit, kind of seeing what is too good and what's too bad for this rank, trying to keep our playstyle relative to the players of this rank. And the best way to do that is by watching their playstyle and seeing what they do, so I can pick up on the good and bad habits, so I can maximize on all the information that I'm giving you guys here in the games today. So I'm gonna try to bring out some new points here in the games this episode so that we can get some new information out there for you guys to kind of see how the platinums here in this rank actually deal with that stuff, so that you guys can learn how your opponents react to certain things and learn how to play against them in certain situations. So we're going to be trying out a bunch of new things. I'm going to be bringing out a bunch of new information to you guys to kind of show you guys more of how a higher rank would deal with certain situations. So I'm going to try to be a little bit more consistent like you guys have been asking for throughout the series. Try to make some better saves and make some more aerials or some better shots on net so you guys can actually see how to score and defend in certain situations. But with that being said, we left off the last episode at Plat 1 Division 3 at 688 MMR. So hopefully we can push up into Plat 2 this episode because we're getting pretty close. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right into game number 1. Alright, so we're in game number 1 and we have Toto on our team and we're against Go Blue Luke and Asterisk. We've been having Asterisk in quite a few episodes here. So there is something that I want to try to point out or try to do in this episode, just to kind of see how the opponents or my teammate react to it. How to pop this up and towards the net, see how Go Blue Luke reacts to this. Nice. So we're going to try to stay close here and get him to hit the ball to our teammate. So nice. That's kind of something that I want to test out here. I want to see exactly how our teammate reacted to that. So I don't think that's something that we can talk about as of yet, seeing as that's something that I was going to try and dominate. Just trying to stay close and getting the opponents to toss possession to our teammate. But our teammate still seems like he wants to challenge and he doesn't quite play second man the way he's supposed to. Try to side flip here. Good job from Blue there to try to get a good block there. Try to position ourselves in net. Try to get a front flip save here. Nice. Now we don't lose tough for bumps. Hopefully our teammate can get that. He might get shot on. All good. A very unfortunate bump right there. We end up getting a decent save. And we end up getting bumped. Very unfortunate, but it's fun. Gonna go here. Front flip here. See if our teammate wants to go for that. He's getting boost, so we might concede here. I end up bumping the opponent. So that's fine. That ends up working out really well for us there. Try to get in the opponent's way so our teammate has an easy time. Good job on our teammate keeping control of the ball here. Let's see what he does. Nice. Really good fake from my teammate there. Really good shot. So he did a really good job here on keeping the ball close and not tossing possession. He had so much time here and he took every moment of time that he had and scored. Really good shot from my teammate there. Teammate challenging here, he's not, so we'll keep going. I get a touch around Asterisk here. Out of front flip. Nice. So you see that the opponent is going to challenge you here. So instead of hitting the ball towards him, you prioritize hitting the ball around him or up and over him. Alright, teammate go here. Nice, really good 50 from him there on kickoff. Just got to boost and wait for Go here to make his touch. He touched away from himself, so we can get a touch over to the side. Our teammates there. So you're waiting for those tosses of possession, right? Staying in a position to where you're adding pressure to the opponent so they can end up tossing possession. As you can see, players here are starting to keep the ball close to themselves instead of just tossing it away. Alright, but they're not that good at doing it as of yet, but they're starting to pick up on the fact that they can do more with the ball when it's closer to them. So I stay in the way here. As you can see, they're not exactly just flipping the ball all the way up the field like players are doing in gold. You can see he's trying to stay with it and trying to get passes to his teammate, which is really, really good. Really get clear from my teammate there towards the net, and that might be a goal. Close. Wow, really good save from Asterisk there. Really, really good save. We should grab this boost and try to turn and cover our net here. Good try from Blue there. We'll try to block this. Ash just ends up popping it up over both of us, but it's not on target, so we're fine. Our teammate's in front of us, so we'll just let him go. Nice. Our teammate's keeping it close. He might get demoed here, but it's fine. We'll challenge for him. Our teammate had a really good spawn on that side. Hopefully he can get this. We'll try to jump and flip here to get a block. Nice. Our teammate's grabbing that boost. We'll let him go. Let him challenge. We're on asterisk here. He's pogoing. The blue doesn't really have much here. We're in his way. See how he's panicking? That's why he's being there. We can kind of leave him and let our teammate challenge now. Nice. So it should bounce off the back wall here. We can challenge. We don't want him getting a free shot there. Our teammate definitely should have let us go for that ball, but it's fine. He ends up getting a touch to asterisk, but we're behind our teammate. That's why it's always good to stay behind your teammate. If your teammate is in front of you, you want to make sure that you're covering what your teammate isn't. If he wants to go for the ball, you let him go. I'll let him go here. Really good challenge from my teammate there. Just move behind. Get this mid boost. See what our teammate does. He might get a good shot here. Not quite. It bounces off the wall. On a front flip here. Nice. So not quite a good challenge from us there, but our teammate is back. We end up missing. But it is on us though, because we end up challenging as the last guy back. Which is fine. No, it's not on him. That is not on him at all. That is completely on us. You can get that sometimes if you're fast enough to get to it, but it is a really risky thing to go for. Nice. We're gonna grab this mid boost. The teammate's a little bit passive here in this situation, so he might get beat. Nice, really good beat though from my teammate. Somehow he managed to end up getting up to that ball a little bit quicker than the opponent. We can try to jump and flip here. Not quite on target. We'll let our teammate go. Nice. So he ended up popping it up, and when he was close to the opponent there. So it's not gonna achieve the same result there. Try to side flip here. Try to get a goal. Good try. Good try. Really good save. It is off to the side, so we'll just grab a couple pads. Try to sit back in net here. We don't lose shot. We can get a save here. Try to get a touch up the field. We don't want to toss possession right away. Remember, keep it close. We're demoed. That will happen if you take too long on the ball there. The opponents will know that it's an impending threat. And the second guy will come back and try to help his teammate. So good job from Blue there to help his teammate out in that situation as last back. Try to stay close to Blue here. He's going into the corner, so we'll let him keep doing his thing. Our teammate didn't want to go, but we can go now. Take it over to the side. Our switch is there. Nice. Our teammate got a really good clear there. Our teammate's a little passive in certain situations, a little bit more aggressive in others, so we're just trying to read him and be in a position to where we're helpful to our teammate here. Really good challenge from our teammate, and he gets a really nice goal there. Really good shot from our teammate there. Nice. Good shot. Gonna grab this boost. Kind of went on Blue here. It's a decent clear. Our teammate isn't quite there. I'm not sure if he wants to go or not. Ash just put a decent shot on target. Not quite on. Just try to keep this close. Nice. GG's. GG's. So we end up taking that game and we end up getting 9 MMR here. So we should move up to 9, or not 9, but 697. And I think that keeps us at Plat 3 Div 3. Or not Plat 3, Plat 1 Div 3. No, we're Plat 1 Div 4. Nice. Alright. So we're moving up closer and closer to Plat 2. So I think within the next 2 games or so, we should move up into Plat 2 here. So let's go ahead and move on to game number 2 and see how game number 2 goes. Alright, so we're in game number 2, and this time we have Oklahoma on our team, and we're against Jordix and Corey. Nice, and Corey's Plat 2. So we're getting up there. We're getting pretty close to Platinum 2 here. Let's move up. On kickoff here, I'm up a little bit closer now. Not exactly the best kickoff for us there. The side flip here to get it away from our net. Gonna try to stay close here. We have so much time on this ball, we can challenge Jordix here. Our teammate wants to go, we'll let him go. See if our teammate can aerial up to this. Probably not, we'll try to go for it here. Try to get a touch towards the net. See how the opponents react. Nice, really good save from Jordix there. Nice, good challenge from Oklahoma as well. He gets a pass middle. And Jordix gets another really good block. Not a block that I expected him to be able to get, but he ended up getting a really good block. He's going to stay back here. Corey looks like he has a touch forward. We're going to try to touch this to our corner. Remember, the corner is not threatening at all, so you want to get into the habit of touching the ball to the corner. We're getting a single jump on net there. We can jump and flip here. Nice. Our teammate ended up getting a really good bump there as well. So I spoke about this in the how-to mechanics video for Plat, that when the ball's on the wall, we're going to start utilizing a single jump to try to pop it off the wall and towards the net in situation where we can. We're going to get into the habit of being able to shoot the ball off the wall now. Corey, like, he actually tried to speed flip there, and it actually looked pretty good as well. So this might be our first actual speed flipper. I'm not sure if he actually did it correctly or not, because I can't really see it that well from his POV. Nice. They end up missing, so if we just touch this towards the net, we should be fine here. So not really much to commentate here though, just kind of being patient. Jordan could have made a touch, so we didn't challenge the witness to see if he made a touch. He didn't, so we just shot the open net after he missed. Corey isn't a big fan of his teammate here. Let's try the wave dash kickoff here and see if it works against Corey's speed flip. Yeah, so as you can see, I think he is speed flipping, because how kickoffs work is if you're slightly slower than the other person, a lot of times that results in you winning the kickoff. So I think since we were a little bit slower than him there, we end up winning that, or he ended up just not lining himself with the center of the ball, which is also another thing that could have happened. We're bumped out of the net, but George isn't quite ready for that shot. We're just going to kind of stay back here. That's not on target, so no need for us to panic. If our Jordan series making touches that don't matter, we're going to probably make another touch. As you can see, those touches aren't doing anything for her in this team, so there's no need for us to panic there. Corey's getting a touch toward this net, and Jordan's is jumping again. So Jordan is just jumping for the ball constantly without any regard for where his teammate is or whether or not his touch is going to be useful. That might bounce middle, but we can cut it off. Our teammate like he wants to. Nice. Good save from our teammate there. Stay behind our teammate. Let him do his thing. It's in the corner. No need for us to panic. Good demo from our teammate. Now we can go. Try to keep the ball close. Get a touch forward. Try to hit it over to the side here around Corey. Try to go around it over here. Try to get a touch towards our net. Nice. So we've been speaking about this thus far, right? You want to try to get the ball around the opponents. You don't want to hit the ball to them. You want to hit it where they're not, right? Otherwise, you're just tossing possession and giving them a free ball. So you want to try to hit the ball away from the opponents and then at the net, not just hitting it. Our teammate might want that boost in the ball, so we'll let him have it. Alright, good pop off the wall from our teammate. Go straight to Corey. Decent challenge. He's awkward now, but try to keep control of this here. Try to meet the bounce like we've been talking about thus far throughout the series. We might get a pop here, a pre-flip as well. Nice, good try from our teammate there to get a block there. Really good shot from Corey here as well. He ended up popping this off the wall and then flipping into it as well. Really good shot. So we spoke about that. It's really cool to see that players in some of these games are actually taking some of the advice that we've been talking about as well. Of course, there's not really a high chance that Corey actually watches the videos, but and for some reason they end up forfeiting here, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Jordan just abandoned the match and Corey just ended up forfeiting after. But yeah, so I guess that's going to conclude game number 2. I mean, very short game here. So we might have time for a 4th one here, but we end up getting 9 MMR. So we are, I think, what, 706? So Plat 1 did 4. Let's go ahead and move on to game number 3, or hopefully we can move into Plat 2. But I'll see you guys over in game number 3. Alright, so we're in game number 3, and everyone in this lobby looks like they're about Platinum 2. So we're getting a look at how the Plat 2s are playing. We'll put this kickoff here. Got a front flip. Nice. Nice, really good clear from our teammate Pudgy there. See what he does. He ends up getting demoed. We can't see through the smoke, but Asterisk ends up missing there. We thought to front flip this on target. Not quite on. Nice, let Pudgy take a shot. Nice, really good shot from Pudgy there. Now players are already flying up for the ball and getting follow-up touches off of pops off the ground. This is incredible. So he popped this up off the ground and went for one more touch on the ball. So that definitely goes to show that our aerials here are definitely not out of line. Aerials are definitely within the realm of possibility here in Plat 2. Our teammate ends up grabbing that boost. We'll just grab a couple pads. You know, if you can't get a big boost, try to grab as many pads as you can and stay in position. We got this boost. Asterisk might go for this. He's not going. We try to pop this towards the net. They left there in number 1. We can front flip here. So Asterisk was, I don't know, he was kind of confused here, a little bit hesitant. So we took advantage of that, and we end up taking the ball from him and shooting it. If you see that your opponent is hesitating, then don't hesitate to challenge there, because if you hesitate like they're hesitating, then eventually they'll challenge you, and you guys will both be in an awkward spot. So it's better to go and make your challenge quick. We'll pop this up and over the opponent. Try to get a hard clear down the field here. Nice, really good block from Jackie there. Just gonna move behind our teammate. Decent touch from Pudgy there. Pudgy is playing extremely good here. For Plat 2, he seems a lot better than the rest of these guys. But I think our teammate is Plat 2 in 1v1, so that is a whole lot different. So his individual skill level is probably a lot better than the rest of these guys. So he's Plat 2 in 1s, everybody else in here is Plat 2 in 2s. So that will explain why he's a little bit better than the rest of the Plat 2s. He wants the mid boost, so we'll let him have it. We'll just grab the corner boost. It's all about being a good teammate, right? If our teammate wants to boost, we'll just let him have it. We're going to try to stay back here with second man, so we're going to be careful about challenging. He doesn't have possession anymore, so we can go if we want. Our teammate wanted it, so that's fine. He hit it into the corner, so it's not a big deal. Try to get a hard play up the field here. So they were pretty far away there, so we actually had a lot more time than we thought. We'll try to aerial up for this ball. Not quite on target. We end up getting a bump there. Let's see if our teammate wants to go for this. He does, so relax back here. So we got to be careful. Try to shadow defend him. Backflip. And we're demo, so Jackie might have a free shot here, but he ends up missing. Which is my favorite. I don't know what happened there. I think our teammate ended up getting a pretty bad touch here, which is very unfortunate. I think he... Oh no, he ended up missing there, and Ash just popped it up over him. Happens sometimes though. Can happen. We move up here. Out of front flip on kickoff. Alright. So waiting back in net is not an ideal strat. So if you're up in plat and you wait back in net, I'm going to recommend that you don't do this, especially since some players seem like they cheat up. And if you see a player that is cheating up, you almost always either want to be getting the boost or cheating up as well. If you're sitting in net, you're almost always asking to get scored on, because it's really hard to save a shot from close to the net when you're just sitting in net. And you just allow the opponents to take a free shot every time if you're just sitting in net. I know the idea is that you can possibly make a save and the ball doesn't just bounce off the side and go in, but then you have to worry about opponents actually taking a free shot there as well. So teammates up for that, he might score that. Nice, really good shot. Holy, good shot from him. You can tell Pudgy here, he's not plat 2 and 1v1s for no reason. This guy is pretty decent. Alright, take a decent 50 on kickoff here. He's up. He ends up missing, so we'll try to get back as quick as we can here. A little bit awkward for us, we'll try to turn in aerial for this. We end up backflipping, unfortunately. So, very unfortunate here, we end up backflipping. We're in a really awkward spot there, we had to turn around. We'll kick off here, let our teammate go. Decent kickoff here, so just grab this boost. Try to stay close to it here, try to get a pop forward. We have so much time on the ball here, Jackie's backwards. We end up demoing the opponent there as well. So we'll try to stay close here. Now, Jack ends up getting a really good save there. Let our teammate go. Decent challenge from our teammate. Ash was just on the ball. Our teammate ends up hitting it there. We'll try to jump and flip as well here. Not quite on target. We're demoed, but that's fine. It should put us back on defense, which is really good. Our teammate ends up grabbing that boost though. Our teammate ends up missing that. I just sit over to the side, which is fine because now it's not really a threat to our net. Our teammate's there. Let's get challenged. We'll try to grab this mid boost. We'll try to jump and flip here. Our teammate ends up hitting it across, but it's fine. Our teammate's still on. So you can tell this guy's a ones main, right? Because he had no idea that we were right there. But that's fine. You will get some teammates like that who are very good on an individual level. We spoke about that last game. It should bounce middle to us here. The jump and flip. Nice. So if you see that your teammate has possession here, right? He challenges, gets over 50. You don't want to just rotate back. Keep your ball cam on when you're rotating back. Even if you have 50 boosts, 40 boosts, and you want to get the 100. I know the 100 is really good, but just pay attention to the play while you're going back to boost. Turn it off for a second, see where the boost is, and turn it back on. Because you never know, your teammate might be getting a really good touch towards the net there, and you do not want to just be leaving that ball and not taking it as scoring opportunity. We'll try the hook shot here. Nice. Alright, so we kept it close, and then we sped it up at the last second, which Ashes was not expecting here. So you see how we kept it close, went around it, and then sped the ball up. Made him extremely awkward there in net. And go up for this here. Out of front flip. And we're in a rule 1. Gonna say all yours to kind of let him know that he's by himself. The first rule 1 of the series is great. Nice, good control there. Not quite on target though. He's trying to break it. You can see Jackie trying to slow down and speed up here. Good shot from my teammate there. So I wasn't really paying attention to my teammate here because I was super really worried about keeping the rule 1 because Jackie was trying to break it here. My teammate does do a good job of holding his own. He is a ones main after all, so he is a lot better than the rest of these guys at once. And I think the opponents have just about had it here. Yep. So this game is just about over. I think these guys have just about had it with this game thus far. They're just kind of just playing on pure hopes and dreams right now. And our teammate is absolutely annihilating. You can tell that this guy plays ones. You can see his control in certain scenarios is a lot better than your typical plat 2. This is why a lot of pros and high rank players stress that you should play ones, even though a lot of high rank players don't play ones themselves. It is a really good thing to play ones because your mechanical skill will be a lot better than the players of your rank. The only thing you'll be lacking is rotation. As you can see, our teammate kind of cut us off a few times, but that's fine. He made up for it by his sheer mechanics and performance during the game. So with that being said, we gained 9 MMR here, and we do move up to Plat 2. So we are 16 now. Plat 1 Division 1. Not Plat 1, Plat 2 Division 1. So we do end up moving up to Plat 2 here. And I think since game number 2 was so short, we'll do one more here before ending the episode. And I'll see you guys in game number 4. Alright, so we're in game number 4 now. And we have Luis on our team, or just Lewis. And we're against Darius and Angel. See how this game goes. We'll go on kickoff here. Not a front flip. Our teammate does end up cheating up there. Nice. So we have quite a bit of cheaters here in Plat, which I'm surprised that we have some cheaters here. Back like a few years ago, you would have players that don't cheat up on kickoff like at all until like Grand Champ. Now you got players cheating up in Plat, so that's really, really good. There's still some players who don't even cheat up in Champ. So seeing it down in Plat is actually really surprising. So Angel didn't go on kickoff. This game is already kind of troll. I'm not sure what's going on here. We'll try to get a touch with our teammate. Nice, good pop over from our teammate. Hit that pop and get around the opponent again, and he might score this. Try to get a touch towards the net there. Not quite on target. A little bit too far to capitalize there. Our teammate has no boost and he's going back. So we'll try to challenge here for him. Might bounce off the back wall and go down. We can try to jump and flip here. Nice. We're a first man here, right? If you're a second man, you would not want to jump for this. But since we're first man, we can definitely jump for this and we can definitely challenge here. And Angel has left. And this is what happens when you trash talk your teammate. And we get another forfeit. So we end up gaining 9 MMR here again. And we are now 725. I think we are still Plat 1 Div 1. Or we might be Plat 1 Div 2, I'm not sure. Not Plat 1 2. I keep saying Plat 1, but Plat 2. So we're Plat 2 Division 2 now. And I mean, that game was very short, but I don't think I have that much time for much more games. But hopefully you guys did find it very informative. Alright, so that is going to conclude this episode of the Road to Grand Champion series. This has been episode number 22. Alright, so hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. We had quite a few games here. I feel like there was quite a bit of information that was shared here in this video that would be pretty useful to you guys up in Plat 1 and Plat 2, around that area. I feel like you guys are getting to the point to where some strategy is needed in the game, to where you kind of have to hit the ball around the opponent, hit the ball over the opponent, as opposed to just hitting the ball on net and hoping that it goes in. It's more so now paying attention to what the opponents and your teammate are actually doing. Therefore, you can actually make a decent play. But with that being said, this episode has gone pretty well here. We have some pretty decent teammates. We had a couple of early forfeits. Sorry for game number 4 being a letdown. They kind of just abandoned there. It wasn't really a forfeit. They kind of just abandoned. But I still feel like overall this episode had a bunch of good information for you guys up around the platinum rank here. So with that being said, hopefully you guys did like the video. If you guys did like it, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments down below if you feel like I'm not doing enough or you feel like I'm doing too much. But as I said, what I've been seeing thus far, I feel like I'm doing pretty decently at playing around the skill level of the opponents, but also showcasing to you guys the shots that you can take, the saves that you can make,
and overall just how to maximize on your scoring and defensive opportunities as a platinum player. With that being said, that is going to conclude this episode, and that is it from me. Peace.